Hello my dear parents, this is Thangaprakash, National Best Teacher Awardee 2015. World revolves around two things. One is reward and the other is punishment. There are two kinds of punishments which we inflict on children. One is the academic performance of a child. The academic performance of a child, when a child does not do it properly and gets a lower grade, that itself is a punishment. We don't have to do more than that. We don't have to make a child write again and again an imposition, or we don't have to scold a child or do anything to the child. All we need to do is try to solve the problem, find out, analyze and find out why has a child not fared well? What is the reason behind it? How can you help the child to come out of it? What are the ways and means? Instead of punishing a child and telling them, I will not give you pocket money, I will not take you to a cinema, all these things are not necessary for the academic performance. There is another thing, that is the behavioral one, and the behavioral one actually needs the consequence, not the punishment. Say for example, you have been asking your child, telling him like, you have to sit in your working table from 6:30 to 7:30, and your child skips that 4 days in a week, then I think something should be done. If it is 1 day, fine, but from the second day, you should be able to tell your child, explain, look, this is the time allocated for your work. Please don't skip that. And if you skip, then I will have to do something. Your child will ask you, so what are you going to do? You can tell them, today's your favorite TV program during 4 to 5, you won't be able to see. And the next day, follow it up. If the child does not do the work during the working time, do not allow the child to go with the TV time. Then the child will know that there will be a consequence, and they will more or less try to come with you or stop that. Instead, if you start shouting at them, they are not going to hear anything. They won't mind at all. And after a few times you keep shouting, the child is never going to mind about it. And the child will go on with whatever they have been doing. This is an old proverb. Spare the rod and spoil the child. That is an old concept. It does not work now. Violence breeds violence. If we are going to be violent to the children, they are going to be violent later. I have an experience when I raised my children. They were small and they were in their secondary school. One fine day, my son came running to me telling me, Amma, do you beat me because you fully believe and know that I won't be able to beat you? I was shocked, taken aback. Good reason. He was asking me further questions like, if your husband does a mistake, do you beat him? If your driver does a mistake, do you beat him? If your cook commits a mistake, do you beat her? Then why only your children? Because you know that your children are depending on you and they will never hit you back. But isn't it a good thought? The concept is very good. I felt it is extremely good, and I felt ashamed of myself for hitting my children. I apologized to them, telling, look, I always thought I should not spoil my children by sparing the rod. But now I realize that that is not the right way, and I never touch my children after that. I think we don't have the right to do that. And if we physically assault a child, I think the child loses its self-respect. If we punish a child in a crowd, again the child loses its self-respect. Self-respect must be cultivated and developed for a child to be a happy, successful human being. So, we don't have to punish the children giving punishments. We can have consequences, we can give rewards, and we can give them advice, and that can make them good human beings later life and stay with you always. Thank you.